Hey guys, James with Torches and Tactical, and I'm actually going to start this video off with a question. Do you live in any rural area where you have either coyotes or feral hogs around? Well, I live in Arkansas, and I can tell you right now that we have year-round hunting on both feral hogs and coyotes. So having a good light that you can easily adapt to any weapon with a set of ring mounts is incredibly crucial. More so than just any white light. If you can get something in either a green or a red, because those are harder to distinguish for the animals, but easier to see dark colored like feral hogs with that green background. So that's what I talked to my good friend Bruce with FlashlightGo, which, by the way, I will put a link down in the comments and in the description so you can check out FlashlightGo's website, because they've been incredibly supportive of the channel, and we've gotten a few lights from them now, and I cannot rave about them enough. But they sent this Convoy L21B, and not just the L21B, it's the L21B with that green emitter. So I said that I already had a set of ring mounts, and I said that I already had a remote switch that I knew would work because I've already used it on other convoys in the past. But they sent the L21B, and I just wanted to show you guys in this full kit that I've been using on my AR-15. I used a set of riser mounts as well as a remote pressure switch. And I'm going to go ahead and take it off now so I can talk to you about the Convoy L21B in the guise that I received it from Bruce at FlashlightGo. So let's go ahead and do that.
One eternity later.
And without further ado, we have the L21B exactly as I got it from FlashlightGo. Now guys, go ahead and take a look at this just real fast. This thing is phenomenal. It has that standard convoy quality that you know and love. In addition to that, you can get it with an absolute gob of different emitters with that really deep, smooth reflector. That's going to help throw that light out. Now, as far as specifications, unfortunately, I don't have a way to test this with this green emitter. However, I know that it is a very distinct hotspot and works very well. But just real fast, I will tell you that it comes in this pretty standard for convoy L21B GT 8 amp. So it has the 8 amp driver with the 12 mode selection here. I believe that's called the Biscotti user interface, and I will put that up right now so you guys can take a look at that user interface and how to go ahead and change all those modes. But again, this is the box that it came in. Literally all that's in here is just a small layer of bubble wrap, and you really don't have to worry too much about anything getting damaged, because convoys do have that amazing durability and dependability. But looking at this, again, you can see that there is that lip here, and that's going to help protect that glass lens. Now, it did ship with a small sticker over the top to help keep it protected. And again, you can see that green emitter in here. I'm not going to go ahead and shine it right now, but you can see that green emitter. Now, we will go ahead and step down. Very sharp angular machining that brings us down into a taper. And there's a little bit of cooling fin here where you see this. I guess you could call it a shoulder, or where the head of the flashlight ends. And then you have Convoy L21B right here. Let's go ahead and show you Convoy L21B. Nothing on the other side. It is pretty smooth all around. And then if we step down, there is some elongated rectangular knurling that gives you quite a bit of grip, but still feels quite smooth in the hands, which I do appreciate. That design steps over onto the tail cap, and it matches incredibly well. There's no difference in depth machining or anything like that. And then you get that standard convoy clicky for that mode selection. Now, I went ahead and set this, for starters, I'll go ahead and put that Biscotti user interface right here one more time. And I went ahead and set this to stage 4 or mode 4, and that's going to have 3 different outputs. So you have 1%, 20%, and then 100%. So what you can do is go ahead and click it to turn it on, and then half presses from there. So we have 1% right now, 20%, and then 100%. And this is full output from the L21B with that green emitter. So it works very well. But I've had this on my weapon for a while now. In order to avoid demonetization or anything like that, I'm not going to go ahead and show the weapon. But I've had this on the weapon for a while. But what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and walk you through how to change that user interface or change that mode. So what I typically do is I turn that light on, and then I do half presses a whole bunch of times until I see that light stop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Okay, after about 20 presses, it'll flash and then buzz, and then flash twice and then buzz. If you do a half press on that first buzz, that will go into where you can change those modes. And then it'll do 1 flash, then do a buzz, 2 flash, then do a buzz, all the way through all 12 of those modes. Or if on that initial double flash, you go ahead and do a half press and engage the light, that will go ahead and turn memory mode on or off. So memory mode is going to be if you turn it off while it's in your highest mode or the latest step in that mode that you're in, it'll keep that when you turn the light back on. If you turn it off, then it'll go back to that first step in that whatever mode you have it set in. So I'm going to go ahead and take this outside now because I want to show you exactly what this looks like, that green emitter. And again, unfortunately, I don't have exact figures, but I want to give you some unedited, some real informative footage of what this looks like in 1%, 20%, and 100%. So let's get out and do this. All right, guys, tonight we are out here with the Convoy L21B. Now, this one does have their green emitter. So like I said earlier, I do have it set to 1, 20%, and then 100% mode. So 3 modes, 1%, 20%, 100%. So let's just get straight into it. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. Now this is 1%. Now if I do a half press, this is 20% from the L21B green emitter. And then another half press. This is 100%. Now, I know what you're thinking. This seems absurdly bright, and I will tell you, this is actually the second time I did this video because I thought they looked washed out, but then I compared it side by side with what it is actually in front of me, and yeah, it's that bright, and a green emitter. So now that we've seen exactly what the L21B can do, let's get back inside. All right, guys, we went outside and we saw the Convoy L21B Green Emitter Edition. And frankly, the hotspot on this thing is awesome. You can see that super soft spill. When I say soft spill, I don't mean that it's a gradual decrease or gradual output into that spill, but you have a very, very distinct hotspot. I mean, you can see how bright the center is compared to even that almost like a corona or outer ring. And then you have a very usable spill at pretty much any distance. Obviously, the further out you go, it's going to get a little less bright, but at the same time, very, very usable. And that was 1% mode too. So let's go to 20 and then 100. So you can see just how bright that is. It's turned my whole hand green, look like a late celebration of St. Patrick's Day or something. But if you guys are interested in picking up your Convoy L21B, highly recommend checking out FlashlightGo. And if you have contact with Bruce directly, he's a fantastic guy to work with. Can't recommend him or FlashlightGo enough. So again, FlashlightGo has linked down in the comments and the description. Highly recommend checking them out. And if you guys could also like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel, that'd be fantastic because that lets you guys know when we have other Convoy lights or other lights from FlashlightGo or any manufacturer, but it also lets you guys know when we have a giveaway coming up. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.